Panel discussion, a vision for inclusive travel and tourism with Emma Partlow, Jennie Berry, Carrie Clewes and Carrie-Ann Lightley. Diversity in decision making.
I think diversity has become a real buzzword across multiple industries, across employers. And what we need to really focus on is ensuring that diversity is in fact diverse. Having diverse representation in leadership positions, we go back to autonomy, control and decision making. And the old saying, nothing about us without us, we need to have disabled people at the table where decisions are being made. There's a really powerful video that landed this week around we want to be there when decisions are made. I'm sure many of you have seen it. And it's exactly that, including diverse people in the room and listening to their voices, not including people to tick a box and to say, we've got diverse representation in the room, hearing their voices, listening to their experiences, and making sure that that is fed in and built into decision making. And it makes good business sense. If you are designing a product or a service or an offering for disabled communities, you need to have disabled people in the room and listen to their experiences, because that will be both great for your business, and it is so important because people have fruitful, valuable experiences to share that really feed in, and they will identify risks from diverse perspectives that perhaps you haven't already thought about.
Have people in the room.
You need to have people in the room, but actually there's real nuance and strategy that's needed in getting people in the room. And some people will naturally want to be at the table and will be there kind of queuing up to share their experiences with you. Other people will have really insightful things that they want to share, but perhaps as a company you need to change the way that you're reaching out to these people. Maybe you need to go out in person, maybe that will be an online session, maybe that needs to be a phone call. Increasing the way that you can collect feedback and insights is really key, and absolutely goes without saying, paying people for sharing their experiences. I'm sure everybody in this room agrees that that is the right thing to do. If people are sharing their time with you and their experiences, and perhaps some quite distressing or harrowing experiences, you must be paying them for their time. It's a number one part of engaging with disabled communities. I think, how do we ensure that diverse representation is there? It's exactly what I've said, making sure that you're not just pulling together a room of blind and visually impaired people or a group of wheelchair users and saying, we've spoken to the disabled community. Because as you've heard, access needs are really individual, they're really diverse, really unique, and you need to capture the different nuances. You could have a room full of 10, 12 people with the same impairment or condition, but their experiences and their access needs will be very different. Mm-hmm. So really ensuring that that diversity is captured is key, and not assuming that you've done enough, that you've spoken to a few people, job done. We've ticked the box, we've spoken to the disabled community. Diverse representation is paying people and ensuring that you are creating methods for people to get in contact with you and to share their experiences in a way that is comfortable for them. Not everybody is online, so actually thinking about how do we engage with people. Is that going to people in person? Is that hosting a group in a particular location? Ensuring that people have diverse methods to feedback and really increasing those feedback loops.
Accept us, not just tolerate us.
It needs to be said that as disabled people, we know the difference between being accepted and being tolerated. If I've sat in many taxis, I've sat in many hotels, many industry events, where I know I'm being tolerated as a disabled person, particularly with an assistance dog by my side. There's a difference between somebody being scared of breaking the law and actually having that good customer experience. For me, when accessibility is right, it's those two things that are brought together. The legality, because absolutely this is the law, this is the right thing to do. Disabled people have fought for hundreds of years to have these legal rights, but it's also the businesses that are going above and beyond to accept us and not just tolerate us.
Talk to everyday people.
I think, there are lots of industry leaders here in the room today, and people are often doing the right thing and wanting to collect feedback. Personally at Transreport, we're really proud that we're increasing the way people can get involved and share their feedback. There's some new initiatives running, so if anybody is interested in taking part in paid opportunities, please do come and speak to me either today or tomorrow, because we're here both days, and we'd be really happy to have that conversation with you. There's a lot of work going on because, like you say, everyday people need to be able to share their experiences, and it's really key that businesses are tapping into this and finding ways to talk to everyday people and collect their feedback.
Get in touch to learn more.